Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys a quick tutorial on how to use Educreations. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the app right here. And as you can see, I am logged in to my students account. So if you just take a quick look, it has 5 symbols along the left hand side. The first one is where all your drafts and lessons will appear. The second one here is your classes. So for a student, this would be the classes they were enrolled in. The heart here is where their favorite lessons would be. The clock is recent lessons they have viewed, so they can find them quickly again. And the star, the students also have the ability to go and see other lessons. So if I go ahead and go back to the little person icon, and at the top left corner, if I press the plus, you will see this is the virtual whiteboard where I can create a lesson. So you have your pen, your eraser, your colors, your plus sign, which adds text, photos, or you can take a photo. With the Pro version, you can insert documents, stuff from the web, and maps. If I go up here to the plus sign in the boxes, this will allow me to duplicate page and ink or just a page. If I go here to the lines, this allows me to choose different colored paper or different lined paper. So the first one's just plain white. It's kind of hard for you guys to see, but the next one's lined paper, then graph paper, and then coordinate grid. So if I wanted to just create a little lesson, first of all, you have to make sure you press the record sign. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And then you can pick your colors. So I'm just gonna say hello. And then if I had more to say still and I couldn't fit it on this page, I can go ahead down to the bottom right corner and I can swipe over if I press that. Then I can continue to write stuff on this page. Then once I'm finished the lesson, I'll go back to the pause sign up here, pause it. Then I'm going to go to this little icon here. And this will allow me to save my draft or save finish video. And I'm done with this, so I'm going to save finish video. And you can give your lesson a title. So I'm just going to call it hello. And subject area, other, all good there. So save that. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go into my teacher one and show you guys how they're very similar. So here I am logged on to my teacher's Educreations, and as you can see, it's pretty much actually identical to the students one. The only difference I can really see in it is if you click on the group of people here, you have the opportunity to see your students in the class compared to the other ones, and you can see their work where students can't see students and their work. So yeah, you have your drafts and finished lessons here in the one icon, and then the heart you have your favorites, which you can see I already have a few favorites here just to show you. And then you go to recently viewed, you can have some there. I haven't watched any yet, so that's why there's none there. And the star, which I'll just show you quick how I add one to my favorites. So I'm just gonna click the heart up here in the right, and it lights up. So I'm gonna press done and go back to the heart. And as you can see, it's appeared right here. So yeah, I guess I'll just show you guys how I'll add a lesson to a particular class. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new quick lesson. Don't forget to press record. So I just called it Ecomp 455. Save, finish video. And here is where it's a little different than the students. If you remember, we had the option of a lesson title plus making it published or private. Published means if I go back to those five icons on the left-hand side at the very bottom, the star, this is where you could be able to find it if I pressed publish, but I'm not going to, so I'll just keep it private. So I'll call it eComp. I don't think it needs a description. Subject area is good. You can have options to choose from. Grade levels to choose from. So I'm just going to go ahead and press save. And as you can see, it's here in my library. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on it and show you how to add it to a class. So I'm going to press select up in the right top corner and then pick the lesson I want to add. So I clicked it, and now up here you can see you can send it to the trash, you can send it somewhere else, you can edit it, or you can add to. So here is where you can pick the class you want to add it to. So I'm just going to add it to introduction. So it says lesson has been added. So if we go to my classes and introduction, you can see it is right there. So if your students don't have an iPad that they can access your lessons from their computer, that's not a big deal, because you can send your lessons like when we press select, and then if we pick the eComp 455 lesson and you click this icon, you can send it in a message, email, Twitter, Facebook. You can copy and embed the code, you can copy the link, you can save the video. So there's lots of options if your students can't access it through an iPad. So also another thing is, if you need to add students to your class, you simply go to your classes here. And let's just pick science. Yeah, so you can see science, there's no lessons and there's no students added. So if I remember this number here and I write that down, let me just try to write that down. Okay, it's not gonna let me. Get my cell phone out. Okay, so I'm just gonna write this code down, and then I will show you how the student would add, or where they would type that code in to be added to the class. So I am once again back into my students account, and if I want to add myself to my or to a class, I'll simply just go to the little people icon and I'm going to press the plus sign. And as you can see, it says join a class, enter your class code. If you do not know your class code, just ask your teacher. So we know the class code, so we're just going to go ahead and enter that. And join. So great, you can see that I have been added to science class. And like I said, that lesson we just made on the teacher's account, if you go back to your classes and you click on introduction we added it to, you can see that here it appears for the student to be able to watch. And you can see that it is made, oh, there's a little glitch on the iPad. Let's upload. So you can see who has created the lesson. So the teacher, and he can see himself. The students cannot see the other students down here. So say if I had like Sally, Dylan could not see Sally and her work. So it keeps it private in that aspect of things. They want to further the app to be able for students to share their work with other students so they can learn from one another. But yep, that was just my little screencast of how to use Educreations.